everyone, I'm Dr. Myra and welcome to my channel, Cake and Conversations. It's all about advice on dating, relationships, and marriage. Today I'll be sharing with you advice on why some of the reasons some people are afraid to make a commitment. Statistics show that men, more so than women, are more afraid to commit to relationships. Now I do know that there are women as well who have difficulties in making a commitment. What I want us to look at and talk about is what are some of the reasons, what are some possible reasons why people in general, men as well as women, why is it that some individuals have difficulties in making a commitment? One of the reasons why perhaps a person may have difficulty making a commitment is the fear of rejection. And I know that there have been times when all of us have felt some form of rejection. However, some individuals have felt more rejected, or they have had a more extreme situation or relationship where the rejection was more severe. And when we look at the severity of the rejection, and it's all about coping as well. Some people just cannot cope with rejection. So instead of committing to a relationship, the individual may feel that, or may have the opinion, I'm just not going to commit. I just do not want to be rejected. So I'm going to, in a sense, shield my heart, shield my emotions, and just not to commit, just not commit to a relationship. Some individuals feel that way. Now, let's look at another reason why some individuals have a fear of commitment. They are afraid of being controlled. Some individuals feel like, well, I'm not going to get into a committed relationship. Why? Because I don't want to be smothered. I don't like being controlled. And I want to share with you one of the emails that one of the listeners or one of my followers shared with me. And I have been working with her for quite some time now. And she was trying to get her boyfriend to either commit by either moving in, together, or ultimately getting engaged. And he, is just not quite ready. And he has said that in so many different ways that they have been dating for quite some time now, but she is forcing him. She's trying to force him into something that she feels and believes is more of a commitment. She wants more of a definitive. And now you have to remember, and I did share with her, and I've been trying to get her to realize that commitment cannot be forced. Again, let me say that again. Commitment cannot be forced. So she's having some difficulty accepting what her boyfriend is telling her is that just, basically he's saying, let's just leave things for a while. Right now, I'm sure we're going to continue to be together, but right now, let's just take it slow. We've been dating for quite some time now, but right now, you have your own place, I have mine. I don't want us to, basically, we're over each other's place anyway all the time. But in terms of just moving totally in or getting engaged, right now he's stating that he's not, really ready for that. He wants his space. But again, she's trying to force him. And again, let me reiterate, commitment cannot be forced. And if someone is feeling like their back is against the wall for a commitment, they're going to dip on you. They're going to run. That's one of the quickest ways to end a relationship or put a relationship in a strain is when you try to force a commitment. Perhaps another reason why an individual may have difficulty making a commitment is that the person or the individual may have a fear of being dumped, a fear of the person leaving them. And sometimes when an individual is afraid that the person that they're in a relationship will ultimately end up leaving them, they try to guard their heart again, once again, and they have a big phobia of a commitment because they fear ultimately the person that they're in a relationship with will end up leaving them. And I have had some individuals as well email me and share that with me, that they have had some experiences before where they were, the relationship broke off and they were really in a dark place. They had difficulty accepting that the relationship was over. And so, as a result, they do not want to enter into another quote unquote committed relationship. Another reason why individuals may have a fear of commitment is that the individual may feel that he or she may not measure up to the expectations. When I say expectations, perhaps the person that you're in a relationship with, is it possible that you have maybe put too many expectations on that person? Or the person may feel that your expectations are so high, I can never, in their mind, they feel like they can never they can never live up to that. So that is one of the reasons why, fear of not measuring up to a person's expectation. That is another reason why possibly an individual may not want to enter into a commitment. Another reason why an individual may not want to enter into a committed relationship or enter into a commitment, quote unquote, a commitment, is that the individual may be ashamed of his or her past. And every individual or every person have a different situation, and sometimes that person may not share or may not have shared with you yet why he or she does not want to enter into a relationship because of something in the past, but the person may not have shared, well, what is it about your past, that you don't want to share with me? And it could be just that person is ashamed, or maybe that person is leading up to sharing with you that dark place or that thing that he or she may be afraid of regarding their past. Another reason why an individual may not want to be in a committed relationship or commit to a relationship is that the individual could have trust issues. Trust issues could be something that happened in his or her past, and that person, possibly talked it out or thought he or she had worked through it, but then when it all boils down to it, the person realizes that, he or she just have difficulty trusting. They trust you to a certain extent, but they may feel like, I don't know. I just, when it get to a certain point, I just can't trust you like that. I don't know whether or not you've ever heard that phrase or not, when someone says, oh, I just can't trust you like that. And that lets you know that that person has some trust issues. And due to the trust issues or the severity of the trust issues, the individual may just have difficulty, may saying, I cannot commit. Why? Because I just can't trust anyone to get that close to me. And again, it's an individual, circumstance, an individual situation, and it does stem from the past. Could be, past bad relationships or, different things that the person has encountered in his or her past, but they have trust issues. And because of the trust issues, the individual, just have difficulty entering into a commitment. Another reason why, or another possible reason why an individual may have difficulty entering into a committed relationship or entering into a commitment when it comes to relationship, he or she may just have an indecisive character trait. And when I say an indecisive character trait, that individual may just have difficulty making decisions about anything. And when it comes to a relationship, the individual may feel like, oh, well, that's too much of a definitive thing that I have to commit to. So right now, I don't know. I'll let you know. Oh, let's just see where it goes. The individual will say or give you just different reasons why he or she cannot make that commitment. And overall, you start to notice the individual is decisive when it comes to, going out for dinner, doing another type activity, picking you up at a certain time, giving you a call, or you calling him, or vice versa. And you just kind of notice over time, or with time, the individual just may have an indecisive character. Have you ever said to someone, or have you ever heard someone say, oh, that person is just so indecisive, he or she get on my nerve? And it just could be the individual is just cannot decide, or they cannot make a decision. And when a person cannot make a decision, like I said, it could be just about anything, that lets you know that person could possibly have an indecisive character trait. Now, with relationships, everybody has a story to tell. We all have gone through things, but overall, we're supposed to arise from that or come out of that being wiser and stronger. Or at least, we're supposed to anyway. Now, if you have trouble committing to a relationship, be honest and tell the person in the beginning. I always tell individuals, tell the other individual, be honest up front. If you know you do not want to be in a committed relationship, tell that person, in the very beginning. Let that person know exactly how you feel. You may not have to disclose all of the reasons, not up front, why you don't want to be in a committed relationship. But in time, you should definitely, I always recommend, go ahead and let that person know, and you gradually tell them information, but you be honest and just say, I'll talk with, I'll discuss it with you later, but at this point, I do not want to be in a committed relationship. Also, too, please don't string them along. If you have difficulties making a commitment, don't string the person along. To be honest, I don't care how bad or how the person reacts. You owe it to that person, and you owe it to yourself as well, because at the very end, it alleviates a lot of difficulties, a lot of problems. So be honest and upfront. Honesty is always the best policy. Be honest and upfront, and just share with that individual, why is it that you do not, at this time, you do not want, to be in a committed relationship, or you don't want to make a commitment. Also, too, another thing I want to point out is that if you want commitment, if you're the type of individual where you want commitment, share that too up front. Tell the person that you are looking, you're not just dating just to be dating. You are looking for a committed relationship. You're looking for a commitment. Now, when I say commitment, it doesn't necessarily have to mean marriage, but you want an exclusive relationship, a one-on-one. You want to know, okay, are we a couple? What are we doing here? So it is, you should definitely go ahead and tell the person up front what specifically you want out of the interaction. And if you want to be in a more of a commitment, in a committed relationship, a one-on-one, tell the person up front as well. That is what you're looking for. And just share with the person, just tell the person, if he or she is not looking for a committed relationship, then, perhaps, don't waste your time. You don't need to be wasting each other's time. But whether you're on the receiving end of out looking for a committed relationship, or you're running away from a commitment, be honest and be truthful and upfront, and tell the person. Don't string them along. Tell the person up front as you engage with the person. Let him or her know that you are not looking for a commitment, or you are only looking for a commitment. You only want to, spend time with a person who wants a commitment. Today, I shared with you different reasons why individuals may or may not want to be in a committed relationship, or don't want to make a commitment. My channel will feature more advice tips each week, and if you like the advice that I shared with you today in this video, let me know. Please send me comments through the comment section. Also, subscribe to my channel. Please hit the bell so that you can be notified every time I post a new video, because I post a new video every single week. Please share it with others on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I also invite you to connect with me on my email at cakeandconversations@gmail.com. And again, that's the complete word spelled out, cakeandconversations@gmail.com. Also, please feel free to follow me on Twitter at Cake and Convo. And again, that's Cake and Convo. I look forward to, talking with you all next week. And remember, the sweeter things in life don't come easy. I'll see you all next week. Bye.